the Footy MG Bulldogs fans should be very, very happy this morning. They have got their man, Panthers assistant coach Cameron Ciraldo, signing a 5-year deal. Is this the shot in the arm the Dogs needed?
It certainly is, Mr. Page. I was inundated with text messages last night from my friends and acquaintances who are all Bulldog supporters saying, yes, now we're coming to get you, Panthers. And I said, look, bring it on, baby. Look, it is. It's Ciraldo, who turns 38 in October. He'll be the youngest NRL coach. Signs a 5-year deal with the Canterbury Bulldogs. It's a major coup for the Doggies, a major coup. Ciraldo was the most sought-after assistant coach in the land, and I think his signature now all but wraps up Matt Burton extension. In fact, I would dare say that it would have been a major reason Ciraldo agreed to terms, that knowing that Matt Burton was going to stay on, knowing that Billy Kickow was going to honour his deal, Reid Marnie likewise, Josh Addo-Carr, all these guys who might have had, been a little bit restless, not knowing who the coach is going to be. Well, now they can put all that to bed because now the Bulldogs have got their man. And look, I know him personally. He's a fantastic operator. He's a fantastic bloke who puts the team first before anything. He's got no ego whatsoever, Cameron Ciraldo, and I think it's a major, major signing. I don't think we can realise how big this signing is for the Dogs.
Are you happy with the 5-year deal, though? That's a really long contract for any coach, let alone an assistant coach who, as great as everyone says he is, hasn't coached first grade before. It could be a very big payout if it doesn't work out. It's a risk.
Yeah, it's a risk for both. Look, Cameron Ciraldo, he wants to make sure that the club he picks for his first foray into coaching as a first grade coach is the one that he kind of looked at and went, yep, I can do something with this team. 5 years is always a risk. It's always a risk, especially with players and coaches who, the merry-go-round of coaches has been profound in the last 2 or 3 years when I hate the way coaches get sacked. But it is a calculated risk, I would say, Pagewa. I think it's one they had to make, both Ciraldo and the Dogs, and I can't wait to see this marriage, how it ends up. I think within the 5 years of him being there, they're going to be close to some greatness.
Okay,
I'm not going to go out on a limb and say they're going to win a comp in 5 years. But I think they'll get close.
All right, breakfast is just about to arrive, guys. I've organised you some donuts this morning because as Penrith and Parramatta fans, you both enjoyed them on the weekend. You got to taste them with that new player, Owen, that you've both signed. Owen 16, Owen 26.
Hey,
listen to the rooster, would you? These teams won 5 in a row, and he's just into us. I'm worried about your Parramatta. I'm worried about your Para, Jesse, mate. I'm worried.
Well, I'm worried too. Is that it for them now? Like, would you draw a line through them at the moment, Dale?
Look, I wouldn't put a line through them. They're going to make the 8, but they're going to do it the hard way. They're going to have to finish outside the top 4. That loss against the Rabbitohs, 26-0, that was probably their worst performance of the season. They've got the Doggies on the way home. They've got the Broncos and they've got the Storm. I'll give them 2 of them games, I reckon. They'll finish on 32, so they'll be in the 8. But how long they last because of the inconsistencies, I'm not sure. While your Roosters, Pagewa, they've won 5 in a row. They've got the Tigers at home, the Storm away, and Souths away. So I'm going to give them 2 of them games. I'm not sure which ones, probably the Tigers and maybe the South Sydney Rabbitohs last game of the year. That could be yours to get, and you'll finish on 30. So will Canberra, I think. I think Canberra will win their last 3 games and finish on 30, but have a poorer for and against. So the top 8 is just about set, I think, in stone.
How big would that be if the Roosters beat the Tigers and lose to the Storm, and that sold-out game at the new Allianz Stadium against Souths is for a spot in the top 8? That will make that game even bigger. But it's time for Power Rankings, a daily top 5 list about anything Panther, and it's Monday, so it's the top 5 player performances in the NRL.
Yeah, and there's some beauties, Pagewa. Can you believe it? Round 22 is now in the books? We have 3 rounds to go. We're coming around the bend, and we're coming home with a bang. Let's start with the best 5 players this round. We'll start at number 5. This guy ran for 223 metres, 3 tackle breaks, 1 try assist as the Sharks cement their place in the top 4 with a 36-12 win over the Tigers. I speak of Nicho Hynes.
Hynes chiming in. Oh, it comes out here and it's a try. It's a lovely play. Hynes out of the corner of his eye saw a defender rush up, and it's Lockie Miller.
4. This bloke is untouchable at the moment. He ran for over 200 metres, made 3 line breaks, 1 try assist, 9 tackle busts, 2 offloads as the Bunnies demolished the Eels 26 points to 0 on Friday night. I speak of Latrell Mitchell.
Goes to Brown, he's on the wrong side for a kick, but he sends it over the top anyway. It goes straight to Latrell. Oh, Mitchell, beats 2, beats 3, nearly into a hole. Mitchell, try time. They get 1 chance and they nail it. And who else?
And Latrell Mitchell was a swear word on the Eels fans' minds of the weekend. It was blasphemy. He couldn't be mentioned in the household.
No, you want him fresh for the finals, Souths. Rest him round 25 against the Roosters. Fresh for the finals, that's the way to go.
Well, this guy has been a revelation at fullback. He ran for over 200 metres. He had one line break, 9 tackle busts, a few try-saving tackles leading to a victory for his Melbourne Storm over the Panthers, 16-0. I speak of Cameron Munster.
Shoves it on. He can't get there. He tried to plant it down. He planted it short and on the line.
Cameron Munster. Cam Munster. That's his second try saver. He's a star. He's a superstar. So, 9 times out of 10 he scores that. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. What a play from Cameron Munster.
It was a fantastic play. Number 2 yesterday, what a performance when we saw the Titans beat Manly 44 points to 24. This guy was the captain. He ran for 153 metres, 2 line breaks, 8 tackle busts, 1 try assist, leading to the Titans for their first win in 11 games with a magic game over the Manly Seagulls, 44 points to 24. I speak of AJ Brimson.
A bobbling Brimson takes it. Oh, straightens. Got past Croker. He got past all of them. That's a standing ovation from Gordon Tallis. And why not? AJ Brimson. One of the tries of the weekend.
Good to see the Titan fans so excited.
Well, this guy has been unbelievable since coming back from a little bit of a suspension and injury. He's leading from the front along with his cohort now, Matt Lodge. Jared Warrior-Hargraves ran for over 180 metres, the most of anyone on the field, and scored a try in the Roosters' unbelievable victory over the Cowboys, 32 points to 18. JWH.
They're only 3 metres out. Verrills again. Warrior-Hargraves. Big Jared crashes down right beside the post. Maybe that's the ball game.
Well done, Jared. Number 1 on MG's power rankings today from round 22. A huge man. I mean, you see him on TV. You should see him in real life. I ran into him in the Oaks at Neutral Bay, and he is a monster.
And he's Matt Lodge has been a fantastic signing for the Roosters, and he's kind of just watching the alpha male going, yep, I'll be your sidekick, and just keep teaching me what you're teaching me, because here come the Roosters. 5 in a row. I don't want to play them if I'm a team in the top 8.
Now keep going, MG. What else about the Roosters? How good are they? It's almost finals time. 3 more weeks of rugby league regular season. Round 22 done and dusted as we get into golden points. MG, let's kick it off with your most impressive team of round 22.
I couldn't separate the Rabbitohs and the Roosters. They're both looking ominous. They're the 2 teams that have found some form at the right end of the season, and quite frankly, if I'm a team above them, I don't want to play them because they've got so much strike power all over the field.
Your most disappointing team of the round?
It's got to be Manly. I think capitulation against the Titans was kind of the end of their season. They had everything to play for. They could have still crept into it in the top 8 mathematically, but a 44-24 drubbing at the hands of the Titans. Manly were my most disappointing.
Okay, most surprising team of the round?
The Titans. When I saw that Tino Fa'asuamaleaui was out, their captain and inspirational forward, I thought, okay, Manly by how many? But they kind of grew a leg without him, and they were fantastic, the Titans. So it gives the coach a bit of hope for next season with Holbrook.
Nice to see a smile on Justin Holbrook's face as well. They were saying we haven't seen too much of it this year.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's been 10 weeks since they've won. Poor
exactly.
buggers.
Biggest issue out of round 22, MG?
Probably the irony of what we saw yesterday between the Dragons and the Raiders. The Dragons were denied a scoring opportunity that should have been a penalty. But the same thing happened in round 16, and the shoe was on the other foot when Ben Hunt should have been penalised, and the Raiders should have gotten 2 points and golden points. So they say that rugby league evens itself out. We'll see exactly how it does.
Ricky takes 1 week off, and the Raiders get a refereeing call in their favour on full time.
How good?
How good?
What are the odds? What are the odds?
Your player of the round for round 22, MG.
That's the Roosters' alpha male, Jared Warrior-Hargraves. Just keeps getting better and better. He's great to watch.
You're in such a good mood today, Paige. I don't think I've seen you smile for so many hours.
Cheshire Cat, isn't he?
I don't know. Just loving you guys having donuts for breakfast. Just Penrith and Parramatta fans. Enjoy.
MG, we've got some listener questions. Liam says, MG, is Cameron Munster an immortal in the waiting?
Is Cameron Munster immortal in the waiting? You've got to say yes, I would imagine. At the end of his career, they're going to look back and go, wow, he was sensational player. They've got Cameron Smith, Jonathan Thurston, who are all, I think, immortals in waiting as well. So to answer the question, yes, I think he is.
Okay. Ben says, is the lack of loyalty to Australia ahead of the World Cup a concern or good thing for the international game?
Benny, I think it's a good thing. I think it strengthens the perceived minnows of World Rugby League. In a year when it's the World Cup, I think every nation, the Samoa, Cook Islands, Fiji, England, they all should be strengthened as much as they can, so it's not a one-way traffic for the Aussies. I think it's going to be a great World Cup because of the decisions that a lot of players have made.